Now that we have the business strategy game underway, it's time to dive back into the textbook, and we're going to be talking about the issue of corporate strategies. Thus far, we've been primarily focusing on businesses in one product line. In other words, we've been talking about them as if they only do one thing, when in reality, companies often do lots of different things. And because they do lots of different things, that means they have a corporate strategy. Unfortunately, this is not something that BSG allows us to get into. But there are really three primary questions you have to think about when you're talking about corporate strategy. What businesses should we be in? How big should we be in each of those businesses? And then how do we manage our business to reap the benefits of these different product lines? Even though I'm not a fan of alcohol, I'm a huge fan of Dilbert, and he has this very funny cartoon. And I know it's a little bit hard to read, but the crux of it is Dogbert says, I'm going to launch a bar in our clinic, and I'm going to get people drunk, and then I'm going to sell them cheap, overpriced art. And so I'm going to make money off of them when I sell them alcohol, and then once they're drunk, I'm going to make money off of them because I'm going to take them to the cleaners on artwork. That's not a very positive view of diversification, but it gets the point across. One of the things that I do want you to understand is this just isn't for big corporations. There are opportunities for diversification in lots of different areas. So on the panel on the left side, you see the ubiquitous trailer for lawn service companies, where all around town in the summertime, you see people driving here and for and cutting other people's lawns. And then on the bottom right side, you see the Christmas lighting operation, where has become quite popular to put lights way up on your roof lines and things like that, particularly on roofs that are quite steeply pitched. So I wish I'd have had a camera rolling when I had this interchange with a student, because I was getting ready to introduce the subject, and I asked him, because I knew the student had his own grass cutting business, I said, have you ever thought about doing the Christmas lighting? And he goes, yeah. He goes, in fact, I do have a Christmas lighting business. I said, really? And this is the part where I wish I had the camera rolling. Tell me why. He goes, well, if you think about it, I have the right equipment. I have a trailer to haul things around. I have a lot of ladders from my tree trimming business. From the tree trimming I do in the summer, I can climb the roofs in the winter. He said, I have spare time because I don't do a lot of yard work for clients in November, December, January, so I have the time to do the work. And finally, and probably most importantly, he goes, I have a customer list. And if somebody is willing to have me cut their grass in the summer for money, what are the odds that they're also going to be willing to pay me to put up their Christmas lights? Actually, it's pretty good. And so that gentleman, with no real academic perspective, explained beautifully some of the reasons that companies want to develop diversification strategies. But I want you to realize that the world around you has been deeply shaped by diversification strategies as well. For many of you, it's like always that you buy your gas in front of the United Market Street or in front of the Walmart. It may surprise you to learn that Walmart didn't start putting gas stations in front of their businesses until 1994. And so it's a relatively recent innovation. Now, Walmart does it through an alliance because it's the Murphy Oil Company. But if you think about it, what does a Walmart have that a gas station could use? It has convenient locations. It has available concrete space right next to the road. And it has a lot of traffic in and out of the store. So you can see why that's such a natural marriage of putting a gas station in front of the big grocery retailers like Walmart and Market Street and all of those. But here's how I want you to be skeptical as we go through this whole process. I want you to continually be asking the fundamental question, which is simply this: why are these two things better off together than they would be separately? And of course, the buzzword in business today is synergy. And synergy is that bad math that 1 + 1 = 3. And I don't want you to think that I absolutely believe that synergy exists and the companies can reap synergy. But I also want you to understand that synergy is a little bit like pirate's treasure. What do I mean by that? Pirate treasure exists. Lots of people talk about finding pirate's treasure, but relatively few people actually do find pirate's treasure. And I think the same is true of synergy. So I want you to be a synergy skeptic for the rest of your life. So when somebody explains to you why two things are better off together, I want you to continually be asking yourself, is that really the case? The textbook does a fantastic job of walking you through the various reasons for synergy and how companies reap synergy. And I will want you to read that textbook. So I'm going to go on in the next section and use the example of Honda to explain some of the particulars. Join me in the next video.